Welcome to the Father's Coach podcast. My name is Kevin Kelley. Look, FCC family, I'm here by myself today, but I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you heart to heart, to my family. The purpose of the fatherhood, the purpose of this podcast is to reform the image of fatherhood in our culture. And this segment right here, this podcast, this episode tonight is actually going to share. You better hear from my heart. Ready to hear from the heart. I want to talk to my brothers. I want to talk to the fathers today. The purpose of the Fatherhood Initiative is to reform the image of fatherhood, and it is to promote positive, involved, and responsible fatherhood. It aims to challenge and change negative stereotypes. We're going to change the stereotypes. That's why we're here. Highlight the importance of fathers in the development and well-being of children. Welcome back to the Father's Coach podcast. Segment 1, we're going to talk about helping the man. Collaborating with agencies to empower men can be a multifaceted approach that involves partnerships with various organizations to provide resources, support, and opportunities for personal and professional growth. This is what Life by Design coaching firm, that's what the Father's Coach is doing. We are collaborating with a lot of community organizations to help the man. What we're going to help them doing, we're going to help them with mental health and well-being. Partnerships with mental health organizations collaborate with agencies that offer mental health services to provide counseling, therapy, support groups, specifically for men. And don't forget the coaching and the mentoring that the Father's Coach do. Workshops and seminars host events that address topics such as stress management and emotional intelligence and resilience. This is what we need in the Black community. We see that's going on now up and down the East Coast, up and down from coast to coast. We see that's what's happening, and we're in the game. So what we're doing right now, we're collecting men, we're collecting fathers to help and to impact them, but we're also looking for men that we can coach and train to actually do the coaching and training as well. Number 2, we're going to educate and we're going to do some skill development. That's what we're doing. We're doing that with these. We want to do that. We want to help our men. This segment is called Helping the Man. Vocational training. Work with vocational training centers to offer skill building, workshops, and certificates in trades and technical skills. So this work right here is called getting the work done, getting the work done. We don't get a lot of likes. We don't get a lot of selfies, getting the work done, because we're actually doing the work. We're building people. We're coaching and we're mentoring people that sometimes they can't help us. They can't pay us the fees that we charge, but we're in the game, so we're helping them. So we solicit your help. FCC, we solicit your help. Number 3, mentorship programs. Of course, that's where the Father's Coach come in. We do a lot of mentoring. We're mentoring in the schools. That's the kids, but we also mentor adults. We mentor adults so they can go into the schools and do what we do. And economic empowerment. Just a couple of weeks ago, I think about 2 months ago, I had one of my mentors here, Dr. Ken Robertson, and he does the economic empowerment. He does the finance. He's the financial coach. So financial literacy programs. We're going to collaborate with financial institutions to offer workshops on budgeting, saving, investing, and entrepreneurship. Sometimes we only go to the banks for, if we want to get a loan for a car, for a house like that, but we could actually partner with them because they do have some money in the budget that they can actually share for communities. So let's get in the game, guys. And also job placement services. We want to help there. So that was segment 1, helping the man. Segment 2, in Delaware, there are several initiatives and programs focused on supporting fathers with parenting assistance. The Delaware Fatherhood Family Coalition that I was really engaged with for a couple of years ago, they were really engaged. They were really good. I think they're making a comeback right now, actually. They are a key organization that promotes paternal involvement through various programs and resources. They offer evidence-based fatherhood programs like 24/7 Dads. See, Life by Design coaching firm, we partner with them, with the Father's Coach, because we have evidence-based curriculum that we go into the schools with. So that's what we need. You're not just going to come up with an idea and just go to town with it. No, they need to be evidence-based. They need to be measuring. They need to have some metrics with that so that we can see growth in the student, there can be growth in the person that you're mentoring, growth in the person that you're coaching. So everything has to be evidence-based. So that's what when you connect with Life by Design coaching firm, or you connect with the Father's Coach, you just know you're gonna get some evidence-based curriculum and reporting. Here are 2 questions that we have that we were sent here from, I want to say the Southeast. They wanted to ask the Father's Coach a question. So here's the question. Mr. Kelley, how can I build a strong emotional bond with my child? I wrote the answer down. I'm going to read it to you. How can I build a strong emotional bond with my child? Building a strong emotional bond involves time, attention, and communication. That sounds kind of cliche-ish, right? Time, attention, and communication. Now, how I spell love is Time. When I spend time with my daughter, it's love. It's love time. I know when we have daddy-daughter times all the time. I'm like, when we go to the movies, we call it daddy-daughter time. That's what we do. So you got to spend time. That's that bond that I do. Now, during the pandemic, there were some times that everybody was working from home. And kids were home, everything, and the boundaries were crossed, like the working boundaries and the kids in the room and all that kind of stuff. But I had to come up with a plan to communicate with my daughter, and it worked for us. So whenever she came and I knew that she needed me, whatever, I had to disengage from my laptop, had to disengage from a meeting, and make sure I get eye-to-eye contact with her. Like the communication piece is very good. That's something that I'm working with now, and I'm also sharing with other fathers too, is that when we're communicating with our daughters and our sons, our grandchildren, our nieces and nephews, or any child, any student, make sure you look at them eye to eye. Because if I'm talking over here, if I'm talking to her or him over there, and they're talking over there, we're projecting our voices in 2 different locations and we're not connecting. And another word with connecting, I want to make sure that if I'm correcting her, I want to make sure that I'm connecting first. I want to connect before I correct. So I think how you can build a strong emotional bond with your child is by time, attention, and communication. Now, the second question is, as a father, Mr. Kelley, how can I encourage my child's interests and talents? Here's my answer. Encouraging a child's interests and talents involves observation, support, and opportunities. Now, I know my daughter, she is very creative. She plays the piano, she likes to draw, so I know she's a creative. So I know sometimes creatives kind of, they have their own little beat, they have, that they walk to, their own little rhythm that they walk to. So I need to make sure I have to study her. So because I know she loved the piano and everything, we got her into training. We got her into piano class, piano school. She got training, she had teachers for that. And also, we know that because she was a creative, she also liked to do plays and be in drama and everything. So we invested time with her. That also created the bonds. And I wanted to encourage that. Now, because I'm a writer, I wrote these books here. You see, I'm a writer. And she likes to write. She's a creative. So what she did was I want to make sure that if she's a writer, she's a future author, I told her just the other day, why don't you write a paragraph about that? And something that she said, actually just recently, she said, a lot of people talk about Christmas, but they don't talk about Christ. But what about the word Christian? Do we take the word Christ out of Christian? And I was like, I see where you're going. But because she said that and I heard her, I was like, you know what? Write a paragraph about that. So it's her interest, not mine. I don't have to agree. It don't have to be something for me, but it's something for her because I'm serving her. I'm serving my daughter. And I think that you can serve your sons, your nieces, your nephews, your grandchildren. Just find out what they like to do. They doodling, go out and buy a pad for them. And I think this answers your question. Pay attention to what excites them and engages them. I'm telling you, you'll be a winner. We'll be a winner. Even though I've been mentoring and coaching for close to 2 decades, 18 years or so, I love doing this. I love sharing my heart. I love sharing with people. I love empowering people. That's part of my core values, is empowering, teaching, and training and helping. But this episode, I actually wanted to share my heart with you. I wanted you to be my guest. There's been times I had guests sit next to me and they share their journeys, they share their loves, their issues, or their triumphs, their victories. But I wanted to share my heart with you. I wanted you to be my guest. And so I want to share my heart with you. But I want to tell you thank you. Thank you for watching the podcast. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sending emails. Thank you for watching the IG lives. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube podcast. Thank you for helping us grow. Thank you for even talking to your friends and your loved ones. I want to thank all the young ladies who you sharing with your husbands and your significant others about the Father's Coach, about Kevin Kelley. I really appreciate you. And yes, you are a part of the FCC family. I want to thank you. I want you to have a good day and take care. Just remember that there's a father out there. There's a brother out there that needs your help, that needs your support, that needs your love, that needs your time. Thank you.